we're all about investments, and there's two types of main investments that you can invest in. Firstly, capital gains. The problem with that though, for capital gains, is that you can only actually make any money when you sell the asset. So you're not actually earning anything as you are with cash flow investments. So investments that actually put money into your pocket each and every month. Growth stocks, so things like Tesla, a lot of the tech stocks, they don't offer any dividends whatsoever. You only make money if they go up. Things like Facebook, you know, all of that sort of stuff. And then we've got commodities such as gold. Again, exactly the same. You don't make money unless the value goes up, and then you only make money when you sell it. Exactly the same with Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. You only make money when you sell. However, with cash flow investments, we're talking dividend yielding stocks, also rental property and businesses. And the truth is, we actually want a good basket of all of these stuff. So we do want to, at times, invest into some awesome capital gain stuff, but only when there's actually an opportunity in the market. And we want to put most of our cash long term into cash flow giving assets. And this here is the reality. Do you remember this back in 2020 when oil went minus $40 a barrel? Capital gain in stocks or cryptocurrencies, etc., they're not always a capital gain. Sometimes you can have a huge capital loss if you get it at the wrong time. So it's all about timing, okay? So timing in the market, investing at the right time when the market is ripe to actually make some money. Whereas the long-term investments for cash flow, you just make money every single month. And over time, those assets tend to also rise in value more than inflation. So it's a really great long-term asset. But if you want to make money fast, it's all about timing in the capital gain stocks. And of course, crypto as well. So here you can see the 4 yearly cycle of Bitcoin. So from 2016, 2020, right now in 2024, this is the moment just after what's known as the Bitcoin halving, where all the cryptocurrencies just go absolutely bananas. You make a ton of money, but you've only got a small window of opportunity before it all comes crashing down again. Okay, so this is one of those things that you want to be in at the right time. It's all about timing, and then you get out and you put it into other stuff. So how do you get started in all of this? I mean, if you're just starting off with $100, $500 like I did, how do you actually begin this journey? Well, if you're in the UK, you can set up with a stocks and shares ISA. It is completely tax-free, which is why it's one of the best. You can invest in both capital gains and dividend stocks and not pay any tax, no capital gains tax and no dividend tax whatsoever. It's completely tax-free, really, really easy to set up, and it's a very small investment required. So this here, the image you see, this is the one that I used. You can actually, there's a link for that down below in the description to this video, where you're going to be able to go and set yourself up really fast. Like within the next 30 minutes, you'll have your account set up, and then you can fund it with $100, $200, whatever you've got. Then you're going to want to start thinking about a side hustle, something to go alongside your job, but you can start on a part-time basis. So probably a service-based business. They have very low startup fees. They have a very low startup cost because you're just delivering a service. You're not having to create a product and get it shipped from China and all of that sort of stuff. And you can start part-time. You know, you no need to quit your job entirely. You can just go part-time and build it up. So with the stocks and shares ISA, what you're going to want to do is kind of split it 50-50 between having cash on hand available to put into capital gain stocks, and then 50% always putting into dividend yielding stock, and then maybe redistribute this 50%, you know, every sort of 3 to 6 months. And then with your side hustle, we're talking about vertical integration. Okay, so you're going to start off with a side hustle, but then you're going to want to build it. So choose a business that supports your other investments. Remember over here, this is our cash flow investments. We've got dividend stocks, rental property, or the business itself. What you're going to want is a business which benefits one of those other two cash flow businesses. Now, there's not an awful lot you can do with dividend yielding stocks other than to write a nice letter wishing the CEO of a company all the best for the following year. Other than that, there's not an awful lot that you can actually really do. So we're going to be concentrating on rental property. So what we've got here is three different companies which actually support a real estate empire, if you like, or at least the rental property. So we got the handyman services, a cleaning company called Made in Heaven, and garden services called Sheer Power. And all of these companies all support real estate that you may have in the future or you may already have now, whether that's Airbnb or just normal standard rental units. Now, just imagine if you wanted to own something like a burger store, would it be best to go out and get yourself a burger store, a completely independent, no-name brand? How many customers would you get through the door the very first day? Or if you went out and bought yourself a McDonald's franchise and just had an instant store ready to go? Well, that's exactly what we done here. So my old odd job man business that I began back in 2015, we decided to franchise it so that you can just come in, use our website, use all the resources that we've got, and have an instant business. Now, the problem with Handyman One is not everybody has the skills to do that, which is why we've come up with these other two as well. So we've now got the cleaning franchise and also the garden services franchise as well. And these are all across the UK. So every single sort of government constituency region is a franchise region that you can own and get the business for. Also in America as well, so right across the US, every single county is one of these. And we actually had somebody sign up recently from California, and we found that some counties are much bigger than others. So some of the counties are very small population. Her one in San Diego had a population of 3.3 million people. I mean, absolutely insane. So when it comes to like pricing these counties, you know, what we'd sell them for, it's a little bit different in America to what it is in the UK. Now, we'll come on to that in just a moment, but here we got the skills. So what skills do you need to actually do this? The skills for the cleaning business, really low. It's simple. Anybody can do cleaning. Average for the garden services, because you're using big power tools and you need to know how to sort of maintain petrol engined equipment, like big petrol mowers and strimmers. And then obviously a lot more skill for doing the handyman. You might need to know like wallpapering, plastering, stuff like that. Now, customers, actually hard to get for the cleaning because it is so competitive, because there's so many cleaning companies out there, because it's such an easy thing to get into. So it's very competitive on customers. The other two, super easy to get customers. And then we've got employees. So employees, really easy for both the cleaning and the gardening, because literally anybody can actually do that. It's a lot more harder to get employees for the handyman services because it's hard to find people with the right skills. The income potential, though, is a bit low for the cleaning because it's so competitive. You have to be very competitive to get the clients. And as it goes up, the garden services is the highest because, quite basically, you don't need to pay the staff as high as you would with the handyman services. So you can make a little bit more money there, and it does actually turn out to be much better off. Now, the startup costs, though, are very similar. So low, very low, like maybe 50 to 200 pounds for a cleaning company. You just need some cloths and a bucket, you know, very cheap startup cost. Handyman services, you're going to need a drill, a decent drill and a toolbox. That's pretty much it. Maybe sort of 500 to 1,000 pounds and you're off started. With the garden services, you're looking at least 400 to 500 pounds for a decent lawnmower. And then you need a strimmer and a hedge cutter and probably a van to put it all in. So the garden services is a much higher cost to entry, but you do make more money overall. And monthly, so this is how much it would cost, is just £67 across the board for the website, the lead management, the customer management tools, everything that we have online. You can get just £67 a month, but you don't have to pay it for the first 3 months. So we give you 3 months to actually set up your business and start getting some customers in. And then we'll maybe look at, if you're in the right place, we'll look at then charging you £67 a month for your website. Now, most businesses, like this, small businesses, will already pay about that much just for the website. But now you're getting the whole brand and the business and the customer management system, everything like that, all built in for just 67. Now, there are other websites like Jobber, which will offer all of this sort of customer management system stuff. And on those sites, you're going to be paying, just for that alone, about £200 or $200 per month. What we're doing is we want to give everything that they give and give it for just 67, all in one wrapped up package. With the idea, you see, that if I or you or anybody else in our community wanted to buy some rental property in those areas, then we've got an instant connection for handyman services, cleaning services, garden services, because we know everybody that is franchisees all over the country, which means we can get properties all over the country and get them managed. So maybe another thing in future, maybe a property management company. And this, my friends, is the endless wealth cycle. So you start off with a small little business like what we've just mentioned, and then the cash flow, the spare cash flow from that, goes into your capital producing assets at good times. Like right now with the crypto market cycle right now, very good time for getting into that. And then the money from that goes into your cash flow producing assets. This is your dividend stocks and your rental real estate. And then any spare cash flow from that can go then into your business, or maybe another business, another similar business which has that vertical integration into your company, which then just goes around in this big endless cycle, and the rich get rich, the poor maybe get poorer, maybe stay the same, but you don't have to be one of them. And that is what this channel is all about. It's about helping you to actually succeed, helping you with the tools, whatever it is that you need. So if you feel that that could be for you, maybe you want to start one of those little small businesses, it's a little side hustle, head over here. So this is for the cleaning business that you've got here, Made in Heaven. They're all pretty much the same. Links are down below this video. You can go here, build your business, and click on find your region. So in here, you can just stick in your region. Maybe that is Gedlin, Gosport, whatever. Now, if your region isn't on there, maybe if you're in America, I don't think we've got that actually put in here for the American regions. You can just add in down here. You can type in whatever you want there, basically explaining that you want XYZ county in America, and we'll sort that out. It is a work in progress right now as of making this video here today. If you want to jump on, join the team, or just message us and send us some questions, please do. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you again soon in the next video.